Hello and welcome to Designer Discussions. Today, Jason is going to talk to us about the top 10 social media tips for 2026. Welcome to the Designer Discussions podcast with
Jason
and Miriam. Tune in each week where we talk about marketing, PR, and business advice for design professionals.
Hello, everyone. This is one of the topics I actually hear from a few of our clients about social media and how to use it this year. So there are 10 tips, but I'm going to only share five. If you want to know what the other five are, you're going to have to visit our website. So this is, I know I'm having you do a little homework, but this is something where I'm going to have you head to our website for the other five. Where I'm going to start is number one is you want to have some type of consistency with anything that you do. And this applies not only to social media, but to everything. But with social media, as you post, if you do it, whether it's once a week, once a month, however often it is, you should have a consistent flow of how you post to your social media accounts. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, because one of the tips also is health, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end. But on the tip side, just on the consistency side, making sure that you're consistent on whatever you do. Because what happens is as you build a community following, they're going to expect to see it however often that you, whether it's once a week, once a month. I would say at minimum, this is just my suggestion, at least 4 times a month, once a week. Okay, so that should be how often, because what I often tell clients is that you want to ensure that if anybody does research on you, that you have a post that is no less than a week old. So if you could do one a week, that's really all you need to do. But whatever it is, be consistent in it, and that'll help you on that aspect as well. And with the consistency, you should honestly automate that aspect of it. So suggestion is you should spend an hour a month. That's really all you need to do. And then create the post and then actually use a platform to schedule out the post, whether it's Meta and using their platform, whether you have a posting platform like Hootsuite or Zoho Social or any of those out there, use a platform to help you out. Okay. Next tip I would say after that would be community. What happens too often, there's a lot of areas in the social media space where you have the NKBA groups. You may have community groups of designers in your area that post. You want to be involved in that, because what happens as you share and like that'll happen with you. And over time, you'll build a community that can help you grow your social media platform. You can easily head to any of the platforms and type in groups of, designers, remodelers, whatever it is, whether you do sustainable design, whether you do aging in place, whatever it is for you, type that into the social media platform to find that group. So you can find your community, whether they're local to you, regional or national. It's like-minded in your area, and they can also hand you suggestions to help you as well. But what'll happen is that you'll build that community, you'll like and share. They'll most likely like and share as well, and then that'll help you grow. Okay. Number three, you want to have relevant content for your audience. So whoever your audience is. So if you're posting about aging in place, if there's anything up to date, have that on there, because what will happen is that as you grow your community on your own social platform, your shares and follows, they're going to look to you. If you have up-to-date information, they're going to view you as an expert, and they're going to continue to look at your information because you have up-to-date content. Honestly, like I said, if you spend an hour a month, that's really all you need. If you don't know what's actually happening in your area, in the industry, nationally, whatever, you could look at the relevant websites and see what's up to date at the time, and then create posts around that, because you're creating up-to-date information to help your audience stay up to date on what's happening. And that helps you stay relevant over time. That helps you get more followers, subscribers to your platform. Okay. Next, this is the fourth tip, you want to inform with the up-to-date information. You want to inform your audience in terms of what's happening in the industry and what's happening in your area. And oftentimes, as they find this information that's up-to-date and informs them, it's going to help you stay relevant, and it's going to also give others a reason to follow you. Because if they find up-to-date, good information from what you do, now they're going to, when they look to do any of the services, they're going to look to you because you have that information that's up to date, and it's also giving them information. So good, relevant information that's timely at the time. So that's something else that you want to look at. Give your audience a reason to actually follow you. And by having up-to-date information that's informative, that's going to have them say, okay, I want to look at your information when it's that time. Okay. One of the things I actually hear from a lot of design and remodeling professionals is that they spend too much time on social media. So what you want to do is not spread yourself too thin. And that's why I said have a routine where I talked about at the start with the consistency of the post, but also in how you develop the post, have a routine there where, like I said, you spend an hour creating everything and schedule it. And then you can plan out how often you're either in the groups or whatever, whether that be 1 hour a week or whatever, but you're not always on it. And then that's what happens oftentimes is you get on social media and you do the death scroll. You just scroll over and over for information that's not relevant, but you're just looking at it. But if you can actually plan out, okay, I'm gonna spend an hour on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is this week just to engage my community. Now you're actually planning at that time and you're not wasting time on everything else that is not relevant to you growing your audience and to your business. So it's helping you stay healthy on the social media platform, because what happens is you get into it and then an hour has passed and you don't know where the time went. And you're like, I'm spending way too much time on social media because I'm hearing about what happened to my uncle and cousins and what happened to my friend here or whatever. But it's not a healthy relationship with social media. But by actually allocating that time where you're going to say, okay, I'm going to be in here on the time. And then I know this is not easy. Because oftentimes the social media platforms are made to have you stay on them because the algorithm learns what you like and it's going to present that to you so you can stay on there forever. But by actually creating a habit of only spending X amount of time on it, now you can have a healthy relationship. You won't feel so overwhelmed by having to spend hours on it all the time. So having that healthy relationship is important to help you create good content and feel like you are adding to your own platforms and not going overboard because you're spending hours and hours on there for no reason. That was 5 that I went over. Like I said, there are actually 10 tips, but I want to have you go to the website and see those other 5 tips. I'm going to have the link in the show notes so you'll have a chance to look at what they are. One of the tips is about how you can grow your shares and follows. So I'm not going to get too deep into that, but like I said, head to the website to learn more about that. And also, we talk about a lot of this in the academy. So I'm going to have a link to that as well. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll have that link in the show notes. So if you have any questions at all, let us know. We hope to hear and see from you in 2 weeks on Designer Discussions. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Designer Discussions and all of the helpful information. Subscribe to our podcast, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. We look forward to having you back next week. For more information on the podcast and the marketing studio, visit designerdiscussions.com and follow us on social media.